Hi everybody, it's Misty, aka Frankenbelly. This is my video for 2 years out from gastric bypass reverse. Those who follow me on WordPress or on my channel know my backstory. For those of you that don't, I have a 1-year video from reverse, and that pretty much tells all the reasons of why I had the gastric bypass reverse. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about how the last year has been. It's been kind of bumpy. I've had some up and downs. I have been struggling with the low blood sugars again. The postperiodontal hyperglycemia has returned in full force. So I have a little meter now that I wear on my stomach, and a little meter that I carry around that lets me know if my levels are getting low. I will say, since I'm doing the low carb, sugar free, mainly just protein and not a whole lot of other foods, that it is keeping it pretty good under control. So I'm not having lows like I was having towards the beginning of this year. March is when I started having symptoms again. So that has came back, and a big part of that is because you know, I have a pouch that's hooked to my remnant stomach, but I still have a pouch. So that pouch has a little slit in between it that's hooked to the stomach, and I think the pouch is still causing some issues. I have a ton of nerve damage from all the surgeries I've had, which was diagnosed with gastroparesis, which is delayed emptying pretty much, but you get a whole bunch of crazy stomach symptoms with it, and you get flares, like especially if you're more stressed out. I've noticed I'll get the flares worse. I have them for a while, and then when my system calms down, then it tends to get better here and there. So now I'm just waiting to go to Stanford for the bariatrics. I got all my stuff submitted, and they're just seeing which surgeon wants to take on my case. I'm really hopeful that one of the surgeons there is going to be able to see if I have options. The options that have been suggested from the base bariatric is the worst case being stomach removal. And I don't think my labs are at that point now. I know all my labs for my 2 years out, they've all been coming back strong, which is great, because before my reverse, they were all horrible. So obviously the reverse has taken care of like the anemia and the B12 and the B1 deficiencies. My B12 was actually like 1200 and something, and I don't even take B12. So labs are doing well. I do Powerade 0 every day, great big bottle, to try to keep ahead so I don't get dehydration with the gastroparesis. And so I've had appointments pretty much monthly with different doctors, trying to get the right doctors, because base pretty much released me again. You know, they like to tell us that we're in the 1% category of complications after Roux-en-Y, which is just makes me want to just crack up when I am on all the boards, and I know that it is way higher than 1%. I think that the doctors need to redo a survey or something. Anyway, so this year's been kind of emotionally draining too. Definitely not as bad as 2013. Definitely don't regret having the reverse. It did save my life. But I think a little bit of PTSD this year, probably. Because when you start having the symptoms again, it's like you have to pull yourself together, because I start, you know, getting a little freaked out. You don't want to go back to the spot where I was at before. So I have been slowly losing weight again. I pretty much settled out at where I was before I got sick and had the reverse. So I'm creeping back down now, about every 3 weeks, losing a pound. And I've been losing a ton of hair. That's probably the worst, besides, all the symptoms you get with gastroparesis and low blood sugar. So, good thing is I'm still working. I'm still running my daycare. I have 4, 5 kids sometimes. It's tiring, and some days it's hard with the symptoms, but I'm blessed that I'm able to work from home, which is probably the reason why I am still working, because it's much easier to take care of the children and myself when I'm at home, and I don't need to worry about getting my fluids in and my foods and things like that I couldn't do at a normal job. And still driving, still have my license. Haven't had any episodes of passing out like before, the reverse, so that's good with the hypoglycemia. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the next year is gonna happen. I don't really know what the bariatric's going to suggest. I know gastric pacemaker has been brought up. The stomach removal, maybe possibly being put into a sleeve. The bariatric on base recommended going back to Roux-en-Y, and I told him there is absolutely no way I will ever consider going back to a Roux-en-Y. I mean, I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. And if I went back to a Roux-en-Y, I'm pretty sure all those deficiencies and the dumping and everything would 10 times worse come back, because, the reverse did fix some things. So I'm just continuing on with my group. I am on the boards. I'm on the Thinner Times forum as Frankenbelly. I'm on Obesity Help. Just trying to keep the support up for all us Roux-en-Yers that are sick now with complications. And I also have the Facebook page, which is Gastric Bypass Takedowns and Reverse Support. So you guys can always come over there too. I guess that's pretty much it. It's just short and sweet. I put more of my story in my blog, which is In the Life of My Frankenbelly at wordpress.com. So you can go there if you want to read more. But that is pretty much where I'm at right now. I don't really know what's going to happen in the next couple of months, but of course I will do an update video or update my blog and let everybody know. Alright, I hope you all are having happy belly days, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.